So we are 2 days after this Cancer full moon. There were a lot of high emotions, a lot of old ancestral patterns and habits coming forward. Oh, she jumped. She leapt. 6 of water, pleasure. Yes. We love that. We love being able to tap into our senses and enjoy life because we're not running away from it. Oh, 8 of Earth. This came out the other day for somebody too. Wow, we got this like fields of water, and I'm seeing a lot of orange. So I definitely feel like a lot of people's sacral chakras were being cleared and cleansed over the last week or so, yeah. I actually had a private client today. There was a lot that had been cleared from the sacral, so that was awesome. Oh, interesting. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Mother of Fire. So obviously there's a lot going on with the fire element in the external reality. However, I feel like that was I'm tapping into the reality of that is an external representation of where a lot of people's balance, a lot of individuals in the collective, where their balance has been with their creative desire, passion, all of the energy having to do with sacral energy. There was a lot of that cycling and circling around with emotions like rage and fear and stress, the need to control. So there was a lot of suppression going on. So you obviously, like you suppress something long enough, it explodes or implodes, and then, affects everyone else around that place. So if it's a person, it could be someone in a family and causes all this drama, says something to every person that they never said, but in a completely different way than they would have if they addressed it when they were first having the experience. Versus all of this time, for some people, years of not really expressing their truth as it is. So through this moon, what I'm getting with this card being at the bottom of the deck as the overall Mother of Fire, Mother energy is nurturing, grounding, also flexible, knows when to switch things up, and still has integrity, still has the necessary things in place to be consistent and grounded. However, life changes, right? Things change around us, situations, environments, all a part of our growth. Some looks a little more extreme than others, and the goal is, right, over time it's not that extreme because we're doing a different level of work. So this Mother of Fire is like really maturing around your emotional world, around what you need to really nourish your passion, your desire, your inspiration, what motivates you, and channel it in the direction that's actually going to be nourishing you back, nourishing those around you, versus suppressing it because you're judging yourself in your mind, because of how you were raised, because of ancestral trauma, other lifetimes, whatever, right? At the end of the day, we are being given an opportunity right now to really ground into this energy. The moon really helped us to release a lot of emotion that was tied to past thought patterns, past situations, past energies. And now the space is open to fully embody this Mother of Fire energy. So, with the embodiment of that, with mastering the energy of our sacral, and a lot of this is like mastering our lower chakras, honestly, learning how to balance them. We have 6 of Water, pleasure. So when you allow the flow, right, you're not holding or suppressing any emotions. You're also, as much as you're allowing yourself to be, in a place where you could get hurt again, things could be hard, you could feel pain, you are also blocking the joy, pleasure, excitement. you're blocking all of the emotions. So the idea is that you keep it flowing, you can be present with the heavier emotions, and you can let them go so that joy can also come in. And it's not just joy. I am feeling like bliss, pleasure, ecstasy. Like there's a level of pleasure that we have not been experiencing for a while because of this emotional, spiritual weight that the Cancer full moon has been helping a lot of us to release. Again, some of us, it felt a little forced because we weren't already doing the work. Then there's those of us where maybe some of it was a little rough, but for the most part we were doing the work. That's more the collective that I've been tapping into, which that's the space where I have been, where it's like there's work being done, and then there's dips, and there's commitment, and then the commitment falls away. But there is this movement upwards, but it's been a lot slower than it could have been if there was deeper levels of acceptance, deeper levels of commitment to the practice from day to day to really keep up with that. Because that's the message on the other side of this is right to embody this Mother of Fire energy, to really direct your passion, your desire. You need to be able to sit with and accept the reality that's in front of you and the way that you feel about it. Accept it, feel the truth of that in its wholeness, and then let it go. And then look at where do you want to go next. And that's where the Mother of Fire energy is really going to lead you and guide you. Okay. So on the other side of this full moon, we're experiencing a lot more pleasure throughout our days, throughout our weeks. It's not just like that one moment, that one event where I was surrounded by so much sensory input, I had no choice but to be like fully immersed because I couldn't think about anything else. No, this is like you are finding the joy and the pleasure in simple things again from day to day. And next to it, 8 of Earth, order. We love the Earth energy. We've been getting so many Earth cards, which, you know, Uranus has been in retrograde in Taurus. A whole reconstruction is happening with our material 3D reality, right? Our physical world around us. So 8 is the number of personal empowerment, right? 6 is the home. We're feeling much more pleasure in our own bodies, in our own lives, in our day-to-day experience. And we're taking our personal power and owning it and grounding it. And our external reality is starting to show the fruits of that. So we had 3 of Earth, right? Where you saw the seeds and the little tiny leaves, and it's like the beginning of, which now looking back in retrospect, right? Oh, hey. Hey, Gabrielle. Looking back in retrospect, this card kind of being a leap, right? So the difference I'm seeing between 3 and 8, 5 is the number of significant life change. So I feel like for a lot of us, from the space we were in before the full moon and today, as of now, we quantum leapt. We are in a new reality now than we were before because of what was let go of and because of the decisions that we're starting to make and commit to every day. And it looks different every day, right? Consistency looks not the same. Your 100% on one day is not going to look the same as your 100% the next day, depending on what was going on the day before. If you're exhausted, you're at the end of a work week, you know, whatever, right? So this also talks about the reality of what you need for security and safety, what you need to take care of the necessities, right? The bills, the rent, taking care, feeding your pets, feeding yourself, your home, your family. And then where can I put anything else that comes in to invest in that forward space that I want to go in, right? But before you even get to the investing, 8 is really just like, make this foundation really, really strong. Really look at what you have right now. Be smart about how you're dispersing everything, how you're balancing, how you're organizing, and sit with it and tap into gratitude for what you have built thus far and what's coming in. again, from the energy we were carrying and moving with from before the full moon and now, energetically, really big leap. And you might not be seeing it right away. I'm personally seeing it in my own life. Today, waking up, it was for sure a whole new reality. Things that before the full moon, I was like doing my best in my mind to be positive about, happening rapidly despite the facts, right? Despite what has typically happened. Even though I know when my energy is in the right place, I'm aligned, it pops off so hard. It is like no joke. It'll be those type of situations where this never happens to anybody, but it'll happen to me when my energy is right. But when it's not just like, oh, I'm dealing with regular stuff. It's like, no, it's dramatic and it's obviously like the most. So this is talking about you have an opportunity to just ground in and connect with what you've created. And that is going to continue to assist you in leaping forward and having multiple quantum leaps. People will be like, oh, I had my one, I'm good for X amount of years. Like, no. You really could be gently quantum leaping often if you know what you need to align your energy and you take it seriously and you commit to it. Okay. And interesting what came out at the end, 4 of water, abundance. So this is like a very beautiful balance, right? Emotionally, because water is emotion. So this is like feeling the pleasure, grounding in, being frugal, including with your time and energy, right? So you're grateful for what's coming in, you're manifesting more, but from a gentle, grounded place. You're not pushing yourself too far. So it's very easy to tap into gratitude about it because you're just experiencing so much more joy and pleasure. And there's a balance that's occurring, which I love that too, right? The moon energy is still very much with us. We do have a few more days, I feel like, because this moon is really strong, and they typically say 3 days after. I feel like for another week or so, we will be still feeling the strength of this moon. I do feel called to read the 4 of water from the book directly. And thank you for all the likes. I just see this person with a cross as their name, but thank you. I appreciate it. I do. Okay. Oof, feeling the energy. Okay. 4 of water. Abundance, plenty, the temptations of luxury, wealth, fleeting gratification, impending change. Something inside you has reached a crucial point of ripeness. Your cups are completely full, and now you begin to understand the significance of this card. What is full to the brim will be emptied naturally. Whenever there is a high point of plenty, there is a change, and in time, a return to the emptiness from which it all came to begin with. Fullness and abundance, marked by a situation reaching its peak, it's an important area of your life. The height of success has been reached. Now circumstances will change. This does not mean failure. Your momentary satisfaction already feels a little stale as you look ahead. This kind of gratification must be losing its grip on you. Outer riches and success in business no longer provide the desired inner fulfillment. So again, coming back to this, I had pulled it, I believe, on the full moon, the 4 of Earth card, security. And that card talks about, do you really need to be working this hard, chasing this much money to really fully enjoy your life? Are you making it more about the money than your actual joy and peace? And it asks you, this card asks you to take a step back and really reevaluate where you're doing the most from a more ego, money-driven, superficial kind of space. And behind that, even deeper, it comes from fear. If I keep stacking, if I keep doing the most, then like I'll never run out because I never quit. However, energetically, it's your alignment and your belief. If you believe you have to work that hard just to keep up and maybe make some extra, and maybe years down the line make enough extra to really feel like you may sound pop, then, you know, that's really not a life that most people genuinely desire to live. They just feel like that's the way it's meant to be. But if you believe that you can rest and that there is a way to balance everything out, and you commit to whatever it is that works for you to stay in tune with that belief, doing your daily practices, doing your daily, this is what's come up a million times, your daily spiritual and emotional release and grounding practice, whatever that is for you. For me, that looks like a bunch of different things every day. Someday one thing will really smack, other days I'll do all the stuff. Dancing hard, playing music, singing, playing my sound bowls, breath work, yoga, whatever, right? Whatever works for you, and only you know what that is. And if you don't, now's the time to continue exploring and recommit to really finding what's going to work for you. So what I'm feeling with this card, right? This is talking about abundance. You're coming to this space that you've been at before. And I fully relate to this because I get this, where it's like, this is like, on one level, right, like the bare minimum of like where I could have been to build, like to building up from. And I continue to dip in and out of what was necessary for me to stay connected to my vision. And getting caught in my moods, getting caught in the loop of I'm stuck here at this job, blah, 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 right? Whatever. We all experience this at different phases, at different points before we, you know, shift up to the next level of consciousness, wherever that is in our own personal journey. So this is talking about the point you're at now on the other side of this moon. Genuinely, a lot of what was let go of over this moon, over this north and south node shift, etc., could have been addressed, could have been a lot less heavy or almost non-existent if you were keeping up with this self-work every day, committing. So you're at a place that you've been before when you had those periods where you committed and then you fell off, and then you committed and then you fell off, and then you committed again. And you come back to this same place where you find this balance, there's peace, there's stillness, everything feels abundant, and you feel so grateful, to the point where you a little bit take it for granted, right? So this is where this, and this too, yeah. Oh my gosh, stop. Father of water, mother of fire, right? So this is interesting because fire is said to be a masculine element because it's action, movement, etc. But we have mother of fire, right? The balance of the nurturing energy with the movement. So you're moving with intention. You're moving with a connection to your body, to your intuition. You're not just running around impulsively throwing yourself everywhere and causing chaos. It's a grounded approach and a nourishing approach. And it serves others, not just yourself. And Father of water, right? We have this grounded energy of the masculine archetype connected with this watery, the Pisces North Node, the Cancer full moon. Really owning this part of our masculine that is in tune with his feminine. So this is like a really beautiful balance, especially because a lot of this has to do with a lot of us in the collective holding on to our anger, our rage, suppressing our emotion, and therefore suppressing our desire, our passion, our motivation. And a lot of us have become stagnant or dormant and looping. And on this side, a lot of the masculine energy in the collective, regardless of your gender or how you identify, this more masculine side of your energy has been more in a victim mode, not really owning and being empowered by the feminine, intuitive energy that we all have access to. When you combine the two, incredible. It's just, there's so much flow, there's so much harmony. So this is what I'm seeing we're being given the opportunity to fully embody on the other side of this. So we're taking this moment, we're appreciative, we're in gratitude, we're feeling pleasure, and we're able to accept what comes and still stay connected to our desire, our motivation, and allow the flow. I'm seeing this as like this nurturing energy guiding the fire, guiding the passion. And I see this masculine energy holding space for all of the watery emotions to just keep flowing. There's a sturdy, grounded space being held for all of your emotions so they don't get stuck. They just keep flowing, and you can let go and keep moving forward. There's another quantum leap coming up soon. And this is wild. This is my card. The first time I ever bought this deck, this is the first deck I bought for myself. Vision Quest Tarot. Immediately felt called. When I was shuffling, this card just flew out at me, the Shaman card. So this is, for a lot of us, especially those that I tend to attract very, very spiritually connected people. And I think I actually saw, it looked like a wolf. It was far enough away that I could have been tripping, but it was a wolf-looking dog, and it was completely white. Last night, so interesting. This is the embodiment, being able to tap into your psychic gifts, tap into your spiritual gifts. A lot of people, I feel like, that are drawn to this reading, you have those extra sensory abilities. You have intuitive knowings. You can see things. You can hear things. You be knowing things. And I feel like there are so many of us that get stuck in this loop because we get caught up in the 3D matrix, which it's designed to do. But this is our choice. We don't have to be stuck in it. I, for one, refuse to be stuck in it any longer. And I just feel very blessed because I was recently let go from the 9-to-5 type of job situation I was experiencing. Oh, hey, Antoinette. Period. Ooh, transformation. See, they just keep coming out. All of these major arcana cards. This is really the perfect space for really fully embodying your power. I've been wanting to do this work full time. I've been, and I'd always reach a space where it was like, well, how much longer? Well, how much longer? Well, how much longer? And then I would get swept up and lose that connection, and then drift back, because it never goes away. You know, if you have a calling and you have a passion in your heart for something, every time you experience it, you know, your whole being lights up. Your cells are like, for real though. So, this is a moment for us to really look at where we've been and how worth it is to not be back here again. And when we come to a similar space like this, it will be at the next level of the spiral. It will not be the same place where things get all good and things start moving in the right direction and looking better, and then you decide to look at all the things that are still not what you want them to be, and you get caught in that and lost in that. But anyways, really feel this deep because I get it. That's a space that I have been in. And of course, because I'm pulling cards, right? So I'm pulling what's resonating with me. And if you're here, we're experiencing the same lesson right now. There's different lessons that are always going on with different people. But this is a big theme for a lot of very energetically sensitive people.